Is on the west coast of the Sunshine State, downtown. To go, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle. Fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Weber. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down now, it's Weber. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Hakeem Butler there, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And Murray fighting, lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 52. 52's the mic. Bang. Bang it. Mike,
Throwing again is Watson. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
A 56-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Switch.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And the catch made by Johnson. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Now it's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Check, 43. Alert, alert. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
After the run, Watson going to throw. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Man left, man left. 3 down, 3 down.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's first and 10 up at the 46.
43 is the mic. Hey,
Again, it's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Get that ball. 23. Here we go. Here we go.
To throw again. Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Back to throw, Watson. He's going to let this one go. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. when you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Weber. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Down. 60 outlaw. Hey. Tighten up. Pull together.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
On 1st down, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here's Watson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 25 yards that time. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know they're going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up and
touchdown, Tampa Bay! A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this 1st quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. This fielded at the 2. And he will be taken down here as the 1st quarter of play will come.
With the score, Buccaneers 14, Cardinals 7.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
At the 35-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On first down, Weaver. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Now, their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Let's get off the field.
Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Let's go. 43.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or
very
lights
quickly,
out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Touchdown, Cardinals! Christian Kirk, his 4th touchdown on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
To try again after the sack. Watson. And his throw is incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now it's Watson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin White able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They run the counter. Weber. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and forever. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Murray with a 3rd and long. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. before they're inside the 25. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Buccaneers, first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Watson, off play action. He completes it to Evans. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Into their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
At the 6-yard line.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Murray now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Intercepted. The Bucs take over first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Line up.
The final shot before the break, Watson. He finds his target, it's Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Set. 19. 54. Mike, 54. Watch the pass. Check 50. Check 50. 6 guys.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. After the sack on 1st down, Watson looking for Perriman there. He's got him.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He may try and run for this. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, here's Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray, and the pressure gets to him again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Elsewhere, NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now in Tennessee. And the Eagles have scored again now to extend their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Hey, watch 13, watch 13. Here we go, here we go.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Strip that ball. 43 is the mic. In your face. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Line and go.
Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The linebacker, Jordan Hicks, flying in there for the sack.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Play. Mike
Out of the gun, Watson. And he completes it to Hunt. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Elsewhere, NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now in Tennessee. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll run on 1st down. It's Weber. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
He was taken down by Chandler Jones. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
They'll run again here with Weber. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
Yeah.
backside guys,
Man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, but it's going to be 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray got his man complete over the middle. That's Weber. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 15-yard line.
13 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
Murray now, 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Back now in Tampa. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. play fake. Murray. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Johnson's got it complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Murray, a quick throw out to Kirk. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. A rough go there on 3rd down. A loss of 4.
Tackled back at the 7-yard line.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Exit. Watch the screen. 43 is the mic. He's tired.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
You got nothing. 43's the mic.
Watson now to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's got some space here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you?
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal.
Oh, now Murray has it stripped. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Murray now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On play action, it's Murray. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Murray fighting, lost the football. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Murray sets to throw on 4th. That's going to be caught by Kirk. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Hunt. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run again with Hunt. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Pick me up. Here we go. Safe. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Man out. Check. Line him up. Mike 54. Short. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now Watson operating from the gun. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
After the turnover, here's Murray. That's caught by the UCLA product. It's Caleb Wilson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Now Murray. This is Butler making the catch.
Murray's pass complete to Hakeem Butler. Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Check tight. Jim. 56. Run it now. 53. Check 53. Drop deep. Check 3. Check 3.
Throwing again, Murray. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Bucs, the win is a good one for morale, but little else as they move to 3-8. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Arizona, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.